Today, we're going to show you the best days to go to Magic Kingdom. It might not be what you expect, because it's in the heart of the busy holiday season. But these days have walk-on attractions and very short lines. How can this be? Join us and we'll show you. Alright, we are at LAX, about to board the Redeye to Orlando. We'll be at Magic Kingdom in the morning. Hopefully we'll get some sleep on the plane. They give us a little blanket, and I might have the whole row to myself. I'm sure not of it. Well, we didn't get much sleep. We're in front of an exit row, so we can't recline. Note to self, don't pick a row in front of an exit row. But in the row of 6, there were only us 4, so that's pretty good. We got to spread out a little bit. The good thing about being here at close to 7 a.m. is that there's nobody here for the rental cars, so we didn't have to wait in line to get our car. All right, it's 8:25. We're at the TTC. All right, 8:34, we're in Magic Kingdom. We're here during the Halloween season, but this strategy also works for the Christmas season, the 2 busiest times to go to Disney World. If you plan it right, you can come during this time and have very little crowds because of the holiday parties. We're going to test that strategy today. This is cool. This pumpkin has a film strip over on it. The park closes early tonight at 6 p.m. because they have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party tonight. So I think it's going to be a great day to go because usually the parks that have the nighttime parties are less crowded that day. It's always impressive coming to Disney World after being at Disneyland so much because the castle here is so much bigger than the one at Disneyland. And since we're staying on property, there's early entry.
How many? Thank you.
Thank you. We scanned our Magic Band to show that we're staying on property and get into the early entry area. Alright, number 2, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Eating breakfast in line, we brought some cereal. No, I don't remember Spacey there. That's right, it's such great, fun, interactive things to do in line. Here we go! Before I get into our Lightning Lane strategy, let me first go over a couple basics. If you're staying on property, meaning at one of the Disney hotels, you can book Lightning Lanes 7 days before your check-in date. Otherwise, you can book 3 days in advance. You can choose 1 ride from Tier 1, the rides listed on the left, and 2 rides from Tier 2, the rides listed on the right. But they save some Tier 1 availability for day of bookings. Here's how you can take advantage of that. Pro tip, if you get Tier 2 to scan right away, right when the park opens, you can then get another Tier 1. So that's what we're going to do right now. We got Aladdin's Flying Carpets, which is a Tier 2. We're going to scan that so we can try to get another Tier 1 for the resort. That technique of scanning a Tier 2 right away worked out well because we got Frozen for later in the day at Epcot, which is a Tier 1. It says Big Thunder is a 5-minute standby wait. We will see. The line is definitely moving fast. Our next stop is Starbucks because after getting very little sleep on the Redeye, we need an infusion of caffeine. All right, we got our caffeine. All right, found a spot on Main Street to sit down, relax, and recaffeinate, and caffeinate.
Not recap.
Not recaffeinate, caffeinate.
We decided to try out Magic Kingdom on a party day. And so far, we've had really good luck. We also had really good luck that we got here super fast from the airport. We pretty much walked on to Winnie the Pooh. And then from there, we thought, okay, let's try Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It said it was 35-minute wait, and it was like 25-minute, which is pretty good for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train in the morning. And then we just walked on to our next ride, which is our Lightning Lane. We also pretty much walked on to Big Thunder. So everything's pretty low crowd, so it's so far really nice.
We are the Dapper Dans, and we're headed right down Main Street, USA on the trolley. We have Owen the horse pulling the way. All right, folks, when I say hey, you say what? Hey! What? What did Gaston win at the end of Beauty and the Beast? What? The Nobel Prize. Oh boy. Hey! What? Why is Peter Pan always flying? Why? Because he can never land. Kind of like that joke. Yeah. Hey! What? What's Aladdin's favorite type of music? What? Jazz, man.
There's a cool detail at Rapunzel's bathrooms. There's these apples because Flynn stole apples. Next is Haunted Mansion. We have a Lightning Lane. Right after we scanned, we were able to book Space Mountain, which is a tier 1, but it was still available in the morning since it's not a busy day. Rachel's wearing the perfect shirt for this ride. Oh, and backpack. Next is People Mover, and there's hardly any line. People Mover is so relaxing, I love it.
It was also pretty relaxing, Space Mountain.
Next is Space Mountain. Well, that's fun. There are some different effects on this version versus the Disneyland version, but it is shakier. Get off that, you're like all shaken up. Next is Small Worlds. We got a Lightning Lane for this right after Space Mountain. Figured we'd cool off a little bit. It's getting hot. The version in Disneyland has Disney characters throughout the ride.
So boring.
That was boring.
So boring.
It was a little too relaxing. We were falling asleep. We didn't get much sleep last night because of the Redeye flight, but then the night before also, Rachel and I were up at 3 a.m. to make advanced dining reservations for our next trip because those become available at 6 a.m. East Coast time, which is 3 a.m. Pacific time. So, yeah, we were ready for a nap in that ride. But now we are going to Columbia Harbor House for some lunch. Lots of nautical theming around. There's quite a lot of eating space upstairs. You can get a table next to the window and get a nice view. This is New England clam chowder, truffle fries, shrimp skewers. Everything's really good here. It's a nice relaxing place too. Fun theming of the colonial Boston area. Well, that was very enjoyable. The food and the atmosphere were great. Now we're going to the Country Bear Jamboree.
Hey fellas, the show's about to start. I can't wait to see it again.
count shows and parades as attractions, so it's just after 1 p.m. and we've done 8 rides plus a show, and now we're watching the Festival of Fantasy Parade. Now we're on the Liberty Bell. Liberty Bell is going to go away soon because they're going to make the new Cars Land attraction. So that's going to take up the part of the Rivers of America. This might be the only time we get to go on the Liberty Bell. It's an actual steam-powered paddle wheeler.
Welcome aboard the Liberty Bell. I'm your captain.
We had a lightning lane for Buzz, but Buzz closed, so they gave us an anytime pass, or an any attraction pass. So we're using it for Haunted Mansion. There are a lot of really short lines. Winnie the Pooh is only 10, Tomorrowland Speedway only 5. We're heading over to Carousel of Progress. Carousel of Progress, originally presented at the 1964 World's Fair, follows a family through the decades with emerging technologies. The center stays still and the people move around the outside.
What year is it? Oh, right around the turn of the century. And believe me, things couldn't be any better than they are today. We can travel by train from New York to California in less than 7 days. Thanks to Progress, we've got a pump right here in the kitchen. Of course, we keep a bucket of water handy to prime it with. Yes, sir, we've got everything we need to make life easier.
We've come a long way, though, since the turn of the century, over 20-some-odd years ago. We can travel from New York to Los Angeles by train in only 3 days. And we've got a house full of new electrical servants. Mr. Edison sure added life to our home. Here in the fabulous 40s, everything is better than ever now. And we've got some amazing new wonders around the house to prove it. Thanks to our automatic dishwasher, oh, I don't have to dry the dishes anymore after supper. Gives Rover and me more time to enjoy our evening stroll together.
Turkey's in the oven, it's peaceful and quiet.
Yes! 300 points, my best score yet.
Anybody can do that voice-activated stuff. Watch this. Rover, speak! You guys don't know how good you got it nowadays.
Enjoy your meal.
Anyone for pizza?
So it's 4 o'clock, so the guests for the Mickey's Not So Scary party can start coming. Regular guests have to leave at 6 and the party starts at 7. But during this crossover time, things will start to get busier. But our time for Tiana's has arrived, so we're gonna go to Tiana's. So there are 2 ways to write Tiana's right now: a virtual queue, which opens up at 7 a.m., or Lightning Lane, which you can book 7 days in advance if you're staying on property, or 3 days in advance if you're not staying on property. And we were able to actually get a virtual queue and a Lightning Lane for today. But I think we're only gonna write it once right now. It's their gumbo recipe. Tiana's Palace. Oh yeah, that's what it looks like at Disneyland. So if you have the option of the lightning lane or virtual queue, the lightning lane is much faster. The virtual queue is basically a normal standby line. So we're going into these salt mines.
Welcome, y'all. Let's meet up with Louis and find some musicians for our home. I hope they all come to the party to play, but let's explore a bit more.
So did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the music. Splash Mountain part? Yeah.
I like the.
I don't like the story.
You don't like the story?
It was also really good scenery. It was like cute and everything with all the flowers in the little garden. I also really liked Tiana's Night Adventure. It was like the first scenes, it was like really pretty and with all the flowers, and then you got into the garden. It's like based on the movie, but it has the characters, it has how you turn into a frog and then you turn back into a human, and it has Mama Odie like mixing things up in her pot. The whole idea of her having a restaurant. So it's like goes with the movie but not exactly. I feel like this one, it's easier to understand what's happening, while like Splash Mountain, I was like, didn't really even know. In Splash Mountain, you would get like soaking wet in Disneyland. Well, here I didn't really get wet.
The animatronics were good, but the storyline was really bad. And Splash Mountain's better.
So I really enjoyed Tiana's. I thought the animatronics were amazing. The colors, the effects, it was just so pretty and vibrant and a lot of fun. Yeah, the story, I don't care so much about the story, that we just have to like go see what the critters are doing and then go to the party. I kind of like the theming of Splash Mountain more, but just the fun and amazing animatronics and cool effects of Tiana's was really good.
So overall, I really did enjoy it. I thought it was really pretty, all the colors and the effects of it and the animatronics, and I liked the music. I enjoyed it a lot.
It is 5 o'clock, we're leaving Magic Kingdom. We did 14 attractions. It shows that going on a party day is a great day to go, because a lot of people don't want to come on party days because the park does close early, but because a lot of people don't come on party days, the ride lines are much shorter. You can get a lot done.
The mix-in starts at 4, so if you're going to do anything after 4, make sure you already have a lightning lane for it, otherwise it's going to have big crowds.
We're taking the monorail back to the TTC. Pro tip, there's 2 monorails you can use. The express monorail, which most people go to get to the TTC, but you can also use the resort monorail. And right now there's no line for the resort monorail and a huge line for the express monorail, so we're going to take the resort monorail. All right, we did a ton today. Redeye from LAX to Orlando. Spent a full day at Magic Kingdom. Had a great day at Magic Kingdom, but our day is not over yet. Stay tuned for our next video where we're checking into the Riviera Resort and eating at Via Napoli at Epcot. We'll put the link to that video somewhere right around here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can continue to join us on our adventures. And we'll see you next time.
Make sure to click the notification bell down below so that you can watch our part 2 as soon as possible.
Hairball.